so cold. What I'm going to do, I haven't seen on the Legend, Nokta Legend, there's a feature, threshold feature, and it works in two ways on certain programs. Now on YouTube, I haven't seen many videos on the threshold and how to use it and where you'd use it and the practical ways it works. So yeah, I'm going to do a very cold video. So there's two types of threshold. You've got your reference threshold and you've also got your true threshold. Now on the Legend, I think it's with a Nox as well, reference threshold works in your normal modes. True threshold only works in Goldfield, and the true threshold can give you very good depth on targets and can pick up smaller targets compared to reference threshold, which is just used as I call it, it's like threshold discrimination. It replaces the audio sound with a threshold blip. I won't call it a blip, I call it a dip. I'm just going to do it. I've read up on it, I've learned it. I don't use it. Some people do use threshold as a way to hunt, but I don't really like that tone in the background. But it can be a lot more of a peaceful hunt using threshold. Some people use it just so they've got that background noise, will make a good tone stand out a bit as well. But the true threshold is in Goldfield it's something else with depth, headphones, and you could pick up tiny little bits of gold at depth. So that's true and reference. But instead of me just talking about it, we'll put it into practical terms and we'll do some tests on it, and that will show you what I mean by what I've just said. So let's get the detector out. The Legend, we'll do a reference threshold first and then we'll do the true threshold. Okay, right, so I'm trying to wait until that settles. I'm trying to set this up as best I can with what I've got. So we're going to do the reference threshold at the moment. So just say we're in a mode there, we're in all metal. Hopefully you'll be able to see that. One second. Is that better? Might be a bit too bright. That looks a bit better for you. Right, okay. So I've done the sound cancellation. We're not running sensitivity too high. 18. So say you're in all metal, a big piece of iron. It will give you an iron tone. Now, there's two ways of running it. I prefer running it like this so I can hear the iron. But sometimes the iron can overpower a signal. Just say it's like silver, iron and silver. I have got the IF down, IF up, sorry, I've put the IF up so it's not falsing on this big Roman nail. So some people may want to run with a threshold, which this is just reference threshold, and I call it threshold discrimination. So just say we have ferrous off, you won't get any tone at all. So what you can do, because obviously we want to be able to read the ground so we can alter recovery and see where there's hot spots. You don't just have to do it with iron, you could do it with tin foil as such, but obviously some stuff comes in tin foil. You can do it with any notch. So instead of, with a notch pattern, instead of it blanking out, you can put a threshold in there so you can read the ground. So what we'll do, we'll go over to tonal selection, and we'll put it up to 10, and then you can change the pitch as well. Now, I could work like this, but just say that's your threshold. Now I've increased it a lot. Through the headphones this would be unbearable, so you get it just right. So now, instead of with ferrous off and all metal will give a tone, instead of, I don't know if you can hear that, let's just increase that just so you can hear it. You wouldn't run at this. You can still hear what you've notched out. Now you can notch any of this out, it won't give a grunt. And that's with the ferrous, so you can hear the ground, you can hear the ferrous targets in the ground. We're just going on about ferrous here, but if you do it with, you can put a custom notch in. Say custom notch. Alright, let's go back. So just say we do a custom notch. Now that goes in 46. So let's notch that out. That was the silver mercury die. So now, okay, yeah, we'll have that. Now we'll take that out. So now this won't give a tone. You can hear the threshold is jumping a bit between two. But can you hear the threshold changing? I don't know why you'd want to blank silver out, so let's put that back in. So this would work on, it's instead of using all metal. Keep pressing the wrong button. Instead of getting that grunt, you'll just get a dip in the threshold. So I'll say there's loads of iron here. And you can customise your recovery to suit the ground. It's just another way of identifying notched out. So just notching out as in you can't hear what's in the ground. I hope I'm coming across okay with how I'm explaining it. It's just another method. You can also change the tonal break as well. Say if you're getting tin foil, a lot of tin foil in a park, but you could change the tonal break, or you could use the threshold up to 16, 17, 18. A lot of tin foil comes in at that range, and you'll still be able to hear it, but it's not going to do your head in with tones. You'll just be able to hear. And normally in a park where there's a lot of tin foil, there's been a lot of activity and there's more chance of coins, stuff like that. So that's the threshold, and that is reference threshold. You don't gain any depth whatsoever. It's just a type of discrimination. Now Goldfield is true threshold. Is that bouncing about? So it's a single tone. Goldfield. So your discrimination pattern can really work with. So anything. That's the silver coin. Iron is going to give a tone in all metal, just one tone. So just say we have a discrimination pattern of turning ferrous off. So that nail's not coming up now, but the silver coin will. Now I'm going to have to increase. You can get extra depth, a lot more extra depth and sensitivity to small silver, small gold, small anything tiny. by using the true threshold. I'll show you that now. So we'll go over to tonal. I'm just going to increase this so you can hear it. So I'll just say 16. Oh God, that pitch goes right through me. I find 9 quite pleasing. So you can notch a lot of stuff out, and the notch items will not come up at all, even with a threshold on. But the silver coin, well, watch the ID. It's picking it up. It's picking it up with the ID. And a tone, that single tone. As you move deeper or further away from the coil, you're losing the tone there at about 9 inches. And the ID is going. So there's the ID. And the tone, the single tone. Now, if I come halfway up the detector, just get the volume on that. The pitch. So we've lost the ID, has gone, the tone has gone. Can you hear the dip? You can hear the threshold level. There's a line and you can hear it dipping on that target. I hope you can hear that. So if you get it set right to your get back a bit. You dip in the threshold. So you still, even though the detector isn't picking up an ID or a tone, you can still hear that dip on the targets that you've let through. The discriminated targets you won't hear, and you can get some impressive depth and impressive small items at depth. Goldfield, small bits of gold nuggets as such and stuff like that. So that's true threshold, only works in Goldfield mode, and reference threshold is just another type of discrimination. It's a non-tonal discrimination, it's a threshold discrimination. Good to read the land. I'm trying to think of some areas where you'd use it. Yeah, it's just choice. It's just choice. A lot of people don't use it now, but a lot of people back when used to use it, and I do know some people that do use threshold. True threshold is where it is. If you want more depth, you're just gonna have to go with a single tone. It's normal, dig everything. But say you in searching for gold, you just want to dig everything, don't you? So it's a single tone, and hopefully there won't be too much trash about it. But if you do pick trash up, you can knock that out on your discrimination pattern. I hope that's made things clear, because sometimes I know it in my head. it's getting the point across. But hopefully the practical forms there has shown you. Yeah, thanks for watching, and the update for the Legend is here soon. So I'll be going through all the tests that I normally do with it to make sure Nokta are doing a good job. Got my eye on you. Alright, take care now.